Your ability to grow and scale faster comes down to the talent that you're able to acquire and the people that you're able to hire. So what can you learn from bigger organizations on how they use a hiring process to their advantage? And why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you live from Consulting Secrets on a perfect day to talk about business, growth, hiring, and a fantastic day to talk about you on video number 200 on this channel. Coming to you live from Honolulu. So what happens as a consultant is there's times where I go into a smaller business or a medium-sized business and they say, hey Scott, I'm stuck and I can't grow. And I say, okay, let's talk about your talent. And we go through each individual person, and there are people on the team that are really good at what they do, and then there's people who need help, and then there's people who are not so good. Then we start talking about, how did you acquire this person? Well, we put out an ad and they were the first person that came in. And I'm like, wrong. Let's look at it like big companies do. What big companies do, if you talk to them, there's a standard conversation they have. They'll tell you, we are a marketing company first and we're an HR company second, right? Marketing first, HR second. So I want to really target the HR conversation more than anything else, okay? So most companies say, hey, we need to fill a role and position. There's no plan in place. Somebody is the person who puts the job description up. Somebody is the person who takes care of things, instead of there being clear-cut roles guidelines. Next, there are no job descriptions. Like every major role inside of your company within the next 2 weeks should have job descriptions, right? If somebody leaves and you're like, oh, we don't have anybody to replace that, and it's specialized talent, you should absolutely positively have a job description for that, because it allows for you to go to the market faster. Next, you have people who are in charge, and you have an order of operations and a standard operating procedure when it comes to hiring somebody. This should take you all of an hour, right? Between the job description and putting this idea and concept together, maybe total 1 to 4 hours, okay? And that person is the go-to person. It could be the manager, it could be the department head, it could be the general manager, but their role and responsibility is to hire. Now, when it comes to hiring, there's a couple of different ways to do this. One, you can have a steady stream of individuals come in and you constantly interview them. Or two, I'm gonna give you a faster way that's easier. You absolutely wanna check with attorneys before you roll this out, and that's to constantly have job fairs. So like every other Wednesday, you can have a group of individuals come in and have a conversation about the company. So what you do is you talk a little bit about the company, you talk about the owners, you talk about the products. This is maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then you talk about the roles that are what you're looking for. Wow, it just got really bright. Then you talk about the roles that you're possibly looking for, the top 5 or 10 roles inside of your organization that if somebody leaves, that you now have a pipeline of individuals to have a conversation with, because now you're not stuck, okay? So you let the people know, hey, listen, we're not exactly hiring right now. This is to get your foot in the door, to have the conversation, to get started. We're not making a job offer today, but we are looking for top talent to hire into the future, right? And there may be people who are like, I'm not cool with that, I'm gonna go. Or there's gonna be people who go, hey, this is exciting, this is fantastic, I like it. You know, I'm not quite ready to move yet. Now, what you do need to have in place is standard operating procedures, job descriptions, and org charts. Because the people who come on board, if you're acquiring talent, they wanna look around and go, am I doing a good job? Am I doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing? Because now you can build a job description checklist and say, hey, we're gonna have our quarterly meeting and we're gonna talk about your performance. Hey, look, we got it. We got the checklist. We got the checklist of here's what's going on. This is one of the ways that you find top talent, you acquire top talent, and you keep top talent. Now, one of the things you have to know is you have to be the type of company where somebody wants to work. So if you have a lot of friction inside of the office, if there's people who are constantly fighting, you might want to look and say, hey, what do we got to do to solve this problem? I do want to let you know as a bonus, one of the conversations that does come up is from the employees that you have right now is, am I in trouble? Are you trying to replace me? And you should be able to have that conversation and say, hey, listen, we're looking to grow and build our team. We're constantly looking for talent, because if you don't address this conversation, people will leave or they'll quit. They're gonna get scared that you're just trying to fire them and trying to get rid of them. On a side note, at the same time, when you start rolling out standards and say, hey, here's all the things that we are going to do from here on out in the company, people start to straighten up. And if they don't straighten up, then it's an opportunity for them to leave, okay? So you having some sort of standard operating procedure when it comes to hiring, and you having a constant process, allows for you to do better. Now, bonus tip number 2, if you're struggling to find the talent that you need, start advertising in multiple spots. Most companies only advertise like on one website. Well, in all realities, you should be advertising in other places. Now, bonus number 3, you should be trying to get referrals every chance that you get from employees, and you pay them out a quarterly bonus for a year. For every 3 months that that person stays on, you give them a quarterly bonus. I gave you a ton of information here. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Aloha and mahalo.